Hey guys, Happy New Year, Richie here, and it's New Guitar Day. I'm very excited and I want to share my excitement with everybody because it's fun. This is my new old Rickenbacker Shadow Bass from 1986. It's been a dream guitar of mine. This started at my guitar tech shop, Rocco Monterosso, and our mutual friend Frankie Italiano. That's the most Staten Island thing I've ever said on this channel, isn't it? Frankie's bass was there and he was getting it repaired, and Rocco said, check this bass out. And I played the bass, and it was the best thing I ever played. And when it came time to do my Slime Glow bass, which I've done on this channel, I'll link to that if you haven't seen that yet. I borrowed Frankie's bass. He was kind enough to let me borrow it to measure it and match the neck. And we came pretty close to matching that neck. That bass plays great. It's not as good as the Shadow bass. The problem with the Shadow bass is they're very rare. I believe only 50 of them were made. They pop up on Reverb every maybe once a year, twice a year, and they're always out of my budget. So I came up with a plan. I decided to sell 4 other guitars to get it. And what I sold, if you've seen any of my other stuff on the channel, stuff I've played here before, I sold my Music Man Luke, which is a really nice guitar. I sold my Eastwood 12, which I played a lot until I got the Rickenbacker 12. I sold my Old Moon, which was my main guitar all throughout college. And I sold my Squier Telly, which I did some serious mods to and is a killer guitar. All these guitars, amazing guitars, served me very well. And I'm very fortunate that my friends, I know everybody who bought the guitars. So to everybody who bought the guitars, thank you very much. And I hope they serve you as well as they've served me, because they're awesome instruments. With selling those guitars, I was now finally able to afford this. So I put a call out to my good friend John Biscuti, who, aside from being a wonderful musician, is also a guru of all things vintage guitars. Every time I have a Rickenbacker question, I text John, and he always knows the answer. He is a wealth of information and a wonderful guy. So I'm kissing your butt, John. I hope this is sufficient, because no, John came through. I told him I'm ready to buy the Shadow bass. I know they're hard to come by. I know they're rare, and within 3 days, he found someone who had one. He connected me with a gentleman named Ron O'Keefe, who has a website called ronsvintage.com. He has an incredible collection, but Ron was, willing to part with this and gave me a good deal. And here it is. And he shipped it really quickly. It arrived in great shape. The condition is way better than I could have hoped for. There's a few little things, but I don't like getting guitars that are mint, because that means I'm going to be neurotic about putting the first nick or scratch. There's a few tiny little things, but this is in amazing condition. I just did a little bit of setup. It came with the pickup cover. I am not manly enough to use that. I think Chris Squire can only use that. The rest of us take this off. So I took it off, and I put new strings on it, and I just did a neck adjustment. I'm not great at adjusting guitars. My cousin's awesome at it, and Rocco's awesome, so I'll probably bring this to one of those guys. So some specs, and then I'll play it. What's different about this is it's all black. It's none more black. You can see yourself in the cover. I believe this was a Guitar Center exclusive in 1986. We have the vintage knobs. What's cool about this is, one of the things that's cool about this is it has dot markers like an S-Series bass, but also is wired for stereo, so I don't have to do any modding, which is amazing. It has black binding on the neck, and this fingerboard isn't the regular rosewood, or I think that's what they use, or ebony. It's, let's see if it's paddock. I think I'm saying that right. Either I'm saying it right or I'm pronouncing the name of a fish. Black pickguard, black truss rod cover, double truss rod. All the hardware is black. It's like I said, none more black. This has checkerboard binding. I'm going to show it to you. Let's get it to the camera. Look at that. When I was 12 or 13, and I used to obsessively look at Rickenbacker catalogs and the vintage Rickenbacker book, I always thought, wow, one day I would like to have a guitar with checkerboard binding, because to my young brain, that was the height of luxury. It is. It's got the high gains. I know a lot of people love the toasters. They're great, but I don't know. I think just from having high gain pickups for so many years, I'm used to the way they sound, and I've set up my preset to sound good with those. So what you're going to hear right now is this going through stereo, Ricco sound, use Ricco sound output, going to the Helix with my Chris Squire preset, which is free on the Line 6 custom tone page. And this pickup is going to a Plexi style amp. This pickup is going to an SVT Pro model. Here's the neck pickup, but it's going through a very bassy, woofy bass amp sound. Here's just the bridge pickup. So I have all the bass taken off this. And I don't know if this one has the capacitor that sucks the bass out, which I actually like on this type of sound. That's where the growl comes from, and when you put them together. This bass sounds nasty. That's all I'm saying. I love it. The neck feels great. I'm thrilled to have this, so thank you to everybody involved. Thank you to the gentleman who bought the guitars that I was selling. Thank you to John Biscuti and Ron O'Keefe, and I'm a little mad at Frankie and Rocco for getting me hooked on this bass, but I'm not mad anymore because now I have one. So very excited, and I'm hoping to use this bass on some things that we're doing that I can't talk about. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.